What's going on, guys? It's Icy Rhythms again. Welcome back. And in this video, I think we all reach a moment in our lives, even if it's just one time, a moment or a point where you say to yourself, I've been lying to myself. I've been in denial. I've been saying and doing a lot of stupid and negative things, and I am in the wrong here. It is time to own up to that. It is time to stop believing my own lies. And I think that's exactly where we're at with EA right now. So EA is now making the claim that people don't really like linear games as much as they used to. They're not really having the same amount of fun as they once did. And I don't understand this. I don't understand how things like this are said in the first place. Like, who is running this company? Who are the suits? Who are the investors? These people. It is an absolute fact with companies like EA, because they're not alone. It is an absolute fact that they are out of touch with what gamers really want. They are completely out of touch. They only see the dollar signs and ways to make more money and milk the hell out of the consumer, and that's all they see. Like, that's all they really care about, when the reality is, if they just made really great games and had more talented studios, then they would still be rich, they would still make tons of money, and we all win, because while they're laughing to the bank, we're having great gaming experiences, some of those emotional, making us laugh, making us cry, having a really great time. Some of them just all out, guns blazing type of fun. That's all we really want. People just want to play good games. In the end, I think that's all we really want. I mean, you definitely got some psycho gamers out there that don't care about any of that. They just care about like corporate slaving and sucking the cock of these companies. It's really unfortunate. I know it is. It's the way it is. I don't like saying that, especially in these type of videos where I'm trying to be a little more professional, a little more serious, but it's just a fact. It is. But we don't want to talk about those gamers today. We just want to focus on EA. And I don't even know how, even if we just keep it in 2017 alone, this is wrong. Like, this sort of a claim is wrong. It is factually wrong that people aren't really enjoying these linear games as much as they once did. And then later in this article, I think you have one of the developers that took over the Visceral Star Wars game mention that EA wants games to have lasting appeal. They want to make games that have lasting appeal that you'll come back to months or even years later. What does that even mean? Like, I don't even know what that means. And I'm sure you guys have your fair share of games as well, but I have mine. There are games that just in recent memory, games that I, pick up and touch again, that are, 2-3 years old at this point. Witcher 3, I pick up that, pretty often. Evil Within, I probably beat that once or twice a year. Resident Evil 4 is one of those games. Several games, Alien Isolation, I probably play and not always beat again, but definitely play it once or twice a year. I just love those games. Dying Light is another one. If Nintendo would allow it, which would be a really great thing, if Super Mario Bros. 3 was on Steam, for example, I would play the hell out of that game. Even now, the gameplay holds up. It's, for what it is, it still looks really good, in my opinion. I would play that game even now, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't need to not be linear games, or they don't need to be, always a games as a service or games with a lot of busy work in order for people to come back to them, months or even years later. You don't have to bring out expansion after expansion. Diablo 3 would be another one, you know what I mean? I went back to that game several times now, and I don't know how many hours I actually have. It's probably, with all of the characters, somewhere between like 400 and 600 hours or something in that game. Killing Floor, Left 4 Dead, I have crazy amount. Fallout New Vegas, I pick that up at least once a year, you know what I mean? Those games do have lasting appeal, and I could go on and on and on, and EA has just lost it. You're making these claims that just do not make any sense to me. People are still buying and loving very linear games, and it doesn't even have to be a lot of the ones that I mentioned in this video. A new South Park game that I mentioned that came out this year. I'm sure that's doing fairly well, you know, so it's just something to keep in mind. And a lot of this stuff is just my opinion. It is subjective in a lot of ways, but that's my video. That's my take. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. All the support, everything, still greatly appreciated. You guys have been great. Take care. Peace.